WWE have leaked a spoiler on a major Royal Rumble return. Tony Khan has poked fun at the whole Vince McMahon situation, and we saw a big heel turn on last night's SmackDown, so stay tuned. Royal Rumble just a few weeks away now. It's been a fair while, actually, since we've had a WWE pay-per-view. Nice little break. I like it, and I think they feel more important as a result of... Go on.
Just going to say,
Go on.
I think it's insulting that they would bring day one into existence and then just sack it off like that.
I really like the name Day One. I think it's a good name.
I think it would suck to work. Could you imagine going out on New Year's Eve and then 3 p.m. the next day just crawl into the ring?
Royal Rumble, right? A few weeks away. WWE released their official poster for it. You can see some big prominent names there. You got Roman Reigns, you got Becky Lynch, you got Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Charlotte Flair, Jimmy Wang Yang is of course there. Rhea Ripley's on there. Kevin Owens. We'll talk about him in a bit. Who's that in the middle? You might not be able to tell because he's facing the wrong way. You can't see his neck tattoo. Cody Rhodes is on the bloody poster. Cody Rhodes is on the poster.
Of course
they've essentially just gone, yeah, he's going to be there. They're advertising him now for the Royal Rumble. I mean, sometimes you can sort of take these posters with a pinch of salt, but he's like basically front and centre there. He's quite prominent on the poster.
Look, we know
he's not front, he's centre.
Marketing materials are produced quite far in advance, but I dare like to bet they weren't produced that far in advance.
No, they weren't. Not before Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlotte's on there. She's only just returned as well. So it looks like Cody's definitely going to be at the Rumble. This doesn't necessarily mean that Cody will return at the Rumble. I think the valiant, cool babyface thing to do, it'd be very Cody of him to come out on the Raw before the Rumble and go, I'm declaring myself as an entrant in the Royal Rumble. The crowd goes, ooh. He says he's going to win it. He wins it. He beats Roman at WrestleMania. I actually like that additional step to the story rather than just being a surprise return, which wouldn't be a surprise return because everybody knows he's basically good to go now.
What do you make of the lightning?
That's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing. It's an electrifying poster.
It's electrifying.
Oh!
Roman is looking really angry off to the side.
They're all just staring at Dwayne, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's there.
That's it.
He's taking the photo.
When you get to there on the day, there's just like a faded out bit on the thumbnail, and then after the show, it's The Rock.
I don't know. Make of it what you will. Maybe they've run out of cool stock images to use in the background. They've exhausted all their fires and all that sort of stuff. And so, just chuck some lightning bolts on there. But it's interesting timing, isn't it? It's very reminiscent of The Rock's return Titantron. You remember when he returned on Raw to host WrestleMania, and for the first bit of, and it was all lightning. You know, speculation totally, but interesting timing. Will we see Dwayne? Your guess is as good as ours.
Will we see more classic returns this year?
Classic returns?
Under Triple H. Do you reckon we'll get a couple of cheeky cameos?
I think we'll get cheeky cameos, but I think they'll be probably sparingly used and used to enhance younger talent. I think that's the best way. Do you want to see Tatanka?
I was there at 32 when he was in the Andre Battle Royal.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. They didn't even really announce him, did they? I remember just seeing him in the ring and being like, oh, is that Tatanka?
He was supposed to be announced, apparently. He just saw the big gaggle of the wrestlers that go down first and went, oh, I just joined the back.
Nice.
So as he's walking down, we're all like, is that Tatanka?
Is that true? Anyway, Bushwhacker Luke is after a spot in the Rumble.
Yeah.
I like the Bushwhacker.
Yeah, I'd take
I was watching some old Sheep Herders matches the other day.
Oh,
fantastic.
Yeah, violent.
I've read about them before and I might have seen clips, but goodness me. Anyway, less Sheep Herder stuff. More heel turn on SmackDown stuff as we saw a big heel turn. It's big literally because the bloke who did it is massive. Top Dollar attacking Ricochet after Ricochet's match. However... even after the rest of Hit Row started beating him down, Ricochet sort of got the upper hand because Braun Strowman...
Monster among monsters came out smiling, kissing babies, shaking hands, and saved the day.
Yeah, he saved the day. Good lad. So it looks like they're setting up for Top Dollar versus Braun Strowman match. They had a little bit of a stare down there in a battle of who's the most...
biggest, beefiest boy.
Boring, beardy boy. No, I like Hit. The thing about Hit Row, they haven't clicked. It hasn't been a great return run for them. It's sort of a little bit hampered by that botch a few weeks ago as well. But I think they've got potential, and I think a heel turn is probably the best way to go.
Yeah, I think I can see them being a very, very good heel addition to the main roster.
I hope so. I just feel like they're nothing without Swerve. I can't get over it, and I should get over it because I think they're pretty talented and everything, but they're not clicking for me.
Just like Oh, it's ever since my favourite singer left that band, I just don't care about the band anymore.
yeah, that's it. Lost profits are nothing with that. No, sorry. Scarlett also making an... Oh, don't cancel me. It was a joke. Scarlett making an in-ring return as well. She hasn't wrestled on TV proper for WWE since 2016. She's done house shows. And she's... Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Like, that's the same year Nakamura joined the company.
Right? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think she's somebody who's like more valuable as a manager valet sort of...
She's just got that sort of charisma, doesn't she, that she just captures every single thing she's part of. Even at Clash at the Castle, where she was there to literally throw a drink in Drew's face.
Yeah.
Where, down in the crowd, and it was still like, everybody saw that happen. Mm-hmm. She just really draws everybody's attention.
Yeah, I think she's really good at her job. I think she's really good. Anyway, she had a match teaming up with Karrion Kross to take on Emma and Madcap Moss. A quick win for the heels. Karrion Kross then whacks a mask on Madcap Moss as well, the Rey Mysterio mask. They're setting up something, holds up a tarot card with a Rey Mysterio drawing design thing on there. Scarlett's back. She's had indie matches all over the shop. I looked at her bloody cage match to see when she last wrestled and everything. I think it was 2021. She had a bra and panties match or something. I didn't know they were still happening.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was still a thing.
Flying the flag for misogyny, whatever that company was. Isn't that mad? Also, a huge title match has been added to the Royal Rumble. We saw last night the announcement that it's happening. Kevin Owens challenging Roman Reigns for the gold, all the gold, and Roman accepts. It's going to happen. It's going to be a cracker of a match, that one, isn't it? It's going to be really good.
The announcement was sort of preceded by, you had the Bloodline in the ring. Roman came down, joined them. They're sort of discussing the loss last week. Roman is like, I didn't lose, Sammy lost. There's a bit back and forth. Roman's a bit like, do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? And it gets a bit, you see what happens, Danny, when you find a stranger in the Alps, from The Big Lebowski, because he's just right in his face, just screaming.
Thanks for clarifying. I thought it was Flubber.
No, you've not seen like any films.
But seen Flubber.
Yeah, it led to Owens coming out, and then Owens saying, you don't have a Sami Zayn problem, you've got a Kevin Owens problem. We've known that for a while, and then we built to this. But Owens very much getting the expected response here when he was like, Royal Rumble, it's happening.
Yeah, it'd be a great match. I think it's all leading to Sami and Owens teaming up to defeat the Usos at WrestleMania. I think that's the way it's going.
That'd be a nice little story.
Cody defeats Roman. The Bloodline lose all their gold on one night or over the space of 2 nights, however they want to do it.
And then Solo Sikoa just looks at him, you guys aren't cool anymore. I'm going back to NXT with my friends.
Yeah, he wants the North American Championship again or something. So it's shaping up to be a really good show, I think, the Royal Rumble. I mean, we don't know much about it at this point, but it's looking good.
It's always one of those shows, isn't it, where, most people will try and tune in for it, even if they're lapsed. Like, I've got friends who don't watch anything, will still tune in yearly for the Royal Rumble, and I'll get the barrage of texts the hour before. And so what's happening? What's the stories? But it's a great point to really launch that build to Mania as they do, and bring on as many lapsed fans as possible and casual viewers.
It's so sort of cliche, the whole this is where the road to WrestleMania starts, but I really love it. I really do love it. I could do without the pointing of this sign and all that stuff.
It's a good sign point.
It's a decent visual, isn't it? It doesn't always work. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's like tradition though. It's like, when you win the Super Bowl, I'm going to Disneyland, it's your thing.
It's nice. Anyway, Royal Rumble, just a few weeks away. Before we go, in the wake of the Vince McMahon news, in case you've had your eyes closed, you're living under a rock and all that, Vince McMahon's back in WWE. He's on the board again, looking at a potential sale. We did. Have a watch. Tony Khan has poked fun at the whole situation, and perhaps poking fun at his own situation as well. He tweeted, everyone at work is being so nice to me these past 24 hours. I wonder why. It must be belated holiday spirit. And then he gets the plug in. See you tonight on TNT for 2 hours of AEW Friday Night Rampage, plus Battle of the Belts, back to back, live starting at 10 p.m, blah, blah, blah. So this was also sort of referenced by Jim Valley from Figure 4 Wrestling. He tweeted, and this is so pissing funny, People calling or texting Tony Khan today, letting him know that they were just working. They didn't mean any of it. Lots of people probably second-guessing their decisions today. I couldn't work out if that was a joke tweet as well.
It's got to be.
So the thought of Andrade ringing up Tony and just being, I was just playing you. I was just playing like a fiddle. Like,
he just gets into the building, even like the staff who are well happy are just like being super oddly nice. Like Brian Pillman Jr. is like, hello, boss. Let me just get that door for you.
So I don't know. I can't figure out what's real and what's not. There, I think it's real.
Did you not see the picture that somebody tweeted him? It was like, I think it was just a picture of Tony Khan with a cigar.
A cigar, yeah.
And he was like, "How'd you get a picture of me from last night?" It was leaked that Vince was coming back.
So there you go. Tony Khan having a laugh about the whole thing. He's got to be smiling from ear to ear right now.
Yeah, I mean.
It always is.
If things aren't really going to change potentially, but if they do, Tony Khan stands to really reap the rewards here.
Yeah,
if Vince just comes back in and goes, "I'm doing it again,"
could go either way, I guess. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty positive for Tony Khan.
Monday Night Wars are back on.
Yeah, let's make it all WWE versus AEW again. Come on. Choose your side. You can't like both. All right. That's it from us today. We've got a list coming up this evening. 10 worst WWE matches of 2022. And then tomorrow, if all goes to plan.
Oh, God. Yeah, this is
we've got our longest video ever. You'll have seen some of it already. It's 24 hours of solid wrestling lists.
Now, that's what I call wrestling list. Volume 1.
It's a best of. With some stinkers that nobody watched thrown in there as well. So we just pushed a load of our list together. So because people ask for it all the time, they say, I like falling asleep to the wrestling list or whatever.
Sleep too without having to have adverts and stuff interrupting each video as load time.
There'll be adverts. Don't worry about that.
I mean, like the big unskippable boys at the start.
So 24 hours. So stick it on, leave it on in the background if you like. I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's going up tomorrow as well as another list as well. And we'll be back when we're back. Have a good weekend. Take care. Sorry about the joke earlier as well. It was just a joke.